Hey guys, how are you? Long time no see. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks now. So sorry about that, you guys. If you saw the little short video, I kind of explained where I've been and a little bit of that. So if you didn't see that video, it's really short. It's like 3 minutes. But I just put it up and said that I hadn't been able to make videos for pretty much the whole month of December because my mental health was not that great. I know I'm not alone in this, but I have a really hard time during the holidays. And this year, because of some things that have happened over 2021, I had a harder time than I've had in a really long time. And I just wasn't able to film videos and edit them and really honestly even put the energy into like coming up with ideas and plotting them out and things like that. I hope that you guys all had a good holiday. If you celebrate. Words, words are hard. um, and Happy New Year. Welcome to 2022. As weird as that is to say, is that weird to anybody else or just me? Because 2022, I don't know, just sounds so weird to me. Let's hope that it's a good year for all of us. Let's hope that the last 2 years were enough, you know, and the universe or whatever got it out of its system, and we could start to all have a better time because I know me personally, but also, in the work that I do as a peer, helping out at the clinic, things like that. And just in my everyday life, it seems like the last 2 years there's been uptick, for lack of a better word, and people just suffering and really having a hard time. I really hope that 2022 is a better year for all of us. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today because I'm not really big on making like New Year's resolutions because I have found in my past that if I make a resolution to lose weight, just for instance, because that's a popular one. That's one that I've made for myself before. But if I make a resolution and then, by like June or whenever, and I'm not doing it well enough or I'm not doing it all, I feel like I've failed. I just decided a couple years ago that I just wasn't going to make New Year's resolutions anymore because I don't need to feel like I've failed at something. And I know that for a lot of people, they're very, goal oriented and they like to sit down and make goals and plan things out. And that's not necessarily what I'm talking about because I have, especially since I started this channel, and especially since I got into recovery, I've become more goal oriented. I don't know a lot about goal setting because that was never part of, they didn't teach us that when I went to school. It was just never part of my life, like growing up and getting to where I am now, how to set a goal, how to break that goal down into small steps, stuff like that. But I do like to do it. I think that's a very individualized thing for someone to do and can be a very personal thing for someone to do. I just wanted to come on and share with you guys today some of my goals, pretty much, that I've set for myself, things that I want to concentrate on in 2022, because some of them do affect this channel. And it's just something I'd like to share with you guys and have a conversation with you about. Once you watch this video or while you're watching this video, if you have goals or input or comment that you would like to say, in reference to the video, please don't hesitate to drop it down in the comments. Last year, 2021, was a really hard year for me. There were a few big things that happened that were really hard to get through. And then there were a couple little things that happened that I didn't think would have such a big effect on me, and they wound up having a really big effect on me. And going into 2022, I just really want to take the time to really concentrate on some areas in my life that I think would just make me happier overall and further me along my path to healing from all the things that have happened to me in my past, just everything in general. So I was sitting here the other morning drinking my coffee. I was just thinking, what is something or what is maybe more than one thing that I used to do that I got a lot of joy out of that I don't do anymore. And the first thing that popped into my mind is music. And not that I can play music. Everybody in my family can play an instrument but me. I'm, like, the only one that took chorus. My dad plays the saxophone, both my brothers can play the saxophone, my mom plays the piano and flute, my little sister plays the flute, like, I'm the only one that doesn't know how to play a musical instrument. I would love to learn. I've always wanted to learn how to play the guitar, so I kinda slid that in, when I was writing down my stuff. Maybe learning how to play the guitar. We have Keith's stepdad's who has passed away now, but we have his guitar and his banjo, and his mom let us, keep them here at the house because they weren't getting any use down there, and Keith and I have both expressed an interest in learning how to play them. So that would be fun, something that Keith and I could do together. Actually, I think that would be a great, like, couples thing to do one night a week is sit down and try to learn. When I was thinking of music, I was thinking more in, like, a broad spectrum, I guess you could say, because when I was growing up, one of the good things that I remember about, the household that I grew up in was that there was always music on no matter what we were doing. If we were working, if I was doing my homework, if we were cleaning the house, there was always music on. And I'm really thankful that this is something new for me, but I'm really thankful that my mom and my stepdad always had music on because now I like all kinds of music and I always have. My brother and I, my older brother and I, used to love to get in the car once we could drive and we weren't living at home anymore and just drive, just turn up the music and talk and drive. And a lot of times we would, have a destination in mind, like going to the river. There's a really pretty river that's close here to where I live, or just driving around the countryside, seeing where we wound up. And we would always have music on. And I've noticed that within the last couple years of my life, like, I don't ever do that. I don't ever just get in my car and go for a drive and look at the pretty scenery with the music turned up. I don't ever turn the music on while I'm cleaning my house. I can always remember during the summer, even if we were outside, we had a radio outside. Music has always been a big, huge part of my life. And there is some music that I cannot listen to because it triggers bad memories in me. So, of course I would have to skip that type of music or whatever if I was feeling some sort of way, but there's a lot of music that I can hear that I know played in my childhood, and I can picture good things actually, which is really good and is really helping me heal about my mom and my stepdad. And I need help with that. So that's one of the things that, I want to concentrate on and try to, like, bring back into my life is listening to music more. I'll get in the vehicle now to go to a town that's close to me kind of, but it's like 20 or 30 minutes away depending on where you're going. And sometimes I'll drive with no music on at all, nothing on at all. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that because there's not. Sometimes silence is great. I miss hearing music and I miss getting that, oh yeah, it's going to be a good day, or because that's how music affects me. I can turn the radio on or I can play through iTunes. I just miss the feeling that it gives me. So that's something, that I want to concentrate more on going into this new year. And that kind of falls under, like this bigger, I guess if we were going to do them as goals, music isn't really a goal. It's just something that I used to have in my life that I don't really have anymore that I want back in my life. If we were going to classify this stuff that I'm talking about today into goals, my main goal for 2022 is to work on my healing. I've had a very traumatic childhood, and I've spent most of my life denying it or ignoring it. And there was a lot of abuse in all sorts of ways. And, I'm 41. I'll be 42 this year. And I just am tired of carrying it all around with me, to be completely honest with you guys. So I really want to concentrate on getting into, like, very specific therapy and finding a good therapist that I click with and, that can help me with the memories that I do remember and help me decide what I'm going to do about the big, massive chunks of my life that I don't remember, because I do have a lot of memories that I cannot access. I would say for 2022, that is like my biggest goal is to concentrate on me and my healing. For the last couple years, I've concentrated on me, but it's been more from a recovery standpoint. I've been very laser focused on getting into recovery, staying in recovery. And then once I got my peer certification and my Revive certification and everything like that, then I just have stayed very laser focused on helping people that wanted to be helped. And then that rolled into harm reduction. The last couple of years, while I guess you could classify them as me working on myself, it's just been more of the recovery. And I have avoided dealing with my past and my feelings towards my mom and my stepdad all my life, pretty much, since I moved out. I never really spoke up and said anything to them when I was living there at the house with them, and I dang sure didn't when I moved out. That's just stuff that I need to work on and I want to work on. And I know it's going to be hard. And I know that there's going to be times on my journey that I'm going to feel like I'm hurting more than I'm healing. But in a way, I'm kind of looking forward to it. In-depth therapy has always really scared me because the first thing that scares me about in-depth therapy is thinking about all the stuff that it could potentially uncover. The things that I don't remember, because the things that I do remember are bad enough. It's always something that's really scared me. I've taken steps with my doctor, and that's one of the big things that I'm working on. The second biggest thing that I'm working on that is outside of in a little way, but overlapping that is this channel. I really, really want to hit the ground running with this channel and give you guys good quality content that helps people, that, educates people. And I'm always open to any suggestions, any video topics that you want me to cover, any questions that you have for me, anything like that. So anytime you guys have anything like that, please feel free to drop it in the comment section. Please. I really want to see this channel grow and be everything that I know that it has the possibility to be. And I know that I'm the one that's responsible for that. If I don't put the work in, you guys aren't going to see the content. I really want to concentrate on educating people about harm reduction and all the different ways you can recover, and talking about mental health and everything like that, because, mental health is a massive part of my life. Massive. And sometimes it is bigger than what I portray to the outside world. I'm really good at hiding how I feel on the inside to the outside. I can be struggling a lot, and if I don't want you to know about it, you're not going to know about it. So, and that's part of my journey too, that I've decided that I'm going to work on in 2022, because I know that I'm not alone. I know that I'm not the only one out there that grew up with just a horrible situation at home. I know I'm not the only one that went through an addiction. I know I'm not the only one that is a survivor of domestic violence. I know I'm not. I have a very close, very near to me, dear circle of friends that is new to me. And every single one of us that is in my friend circle, we're moderators for one of us on live. She goes live all the time, like more than any of the rest of us do. And we all became moderators for her, and we all have just become really close friends in a very short period of time. And it's one of the biggest blessings and gifts that the universe or God has ever given me. And every single one of us that is in that group is a survivor of something: sexual assault, childhood trauma, abuse when you were growing up in any way, shape, or form. I mean, our stories cover so much. And I'm so sorry that that has happened to all of them, because they're all beautiful, wonderful people on the inside and out. As weird as it sounds, I'm so glad that our struggles and that the way we're living our life now and how we're healing together has brought us all together, because they're always so supportive. Everybody needs that. And there's so many people in the world right now that don't have that. And it wasn't very long ago that I was one of those people. And it really, really sucks to be all alone in this world. And that has been one of my main goals of this channel before I ever sat down in front of a camera and recorded a video or turned my phone on to record a video with the thoughts of putting it on YouTube. It's not just a goal of this channel. It's a goal for me in my personal life too, to alleviate that, to ease that burden a little bit, because I think that feeling like you're alone is one of the most horrible feelings in the world. It really is. It can be devastating. And, you can be standing in Times Square surrounded by a million people on New Year's Eve for that matter, and you can feel like you are the most alone that you've ever been in your life, because you have to have connection with people. And that's something that I've really hoped that my videos have done. And I know that it has, because you guys reach out to me. You send me messages and we talk back and forth, and it's just great. But that's not something that I want to just be like, "Oh, okay, I put a couple videos on YouTube and now I'm done." I want to continue that process. And I'm really excited and really just amped up and ready to go for this year, because I cannot wait to see, this time next year, how big of a family we are. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there are 78 of us here. I'm so friggin' proud of that. So proud of that. 78 subscribers. Never would I've ever thought that I've got here. And I know you guys have heard me say this before when we've hit, 50 or 10. But honestly, each and every one of you that is here means so much to me. You don't know how much of a motivator it is to know that if I put something online, that you guys are going to come and watch it, and that you're going to be like, "Oh, look, just posted another video." It means the world to me, and it has helped me out so, so much. When I was setting up my planner for 2022, I went back through 2021. I flipped back through and was just looking through all the days. I went through every single day of last year, and I had wrote down at the very beginning of my channel, 5 subscribers. Oh my gosh. And I was just so excited to have 5 subscribers. So it literally blows my mind that I have 78 subscribers now. And I cannot wait to see what this year has in store for us. I can't wait to hear from you guys, so you can tell me what content you're interested in, or what questions you want me to answer, or anything like that. I cannot wait for you guys to see some of the stuff that I have stewing around in this brain of mine. Just to give you a little peek about some stuff that's coming up, I do have quite a lot of, or not quite a lot, but I have a few videos on harm reduction specifically that I want to get filmed and get edited and put up on the channel for you guys. So if there's anything that you guys are questioning, or you don't understand, or you want to know about harm reduction, drop it in the comments below, and I will make sure that I answer it when I start filming those videos. The only other thing that I wrote down as a possibility for a goal for 2022 would be continuing my education. I have really, the last 7 months or so, been thinking a lot about going back to school and getting my degree. But we'll see about that. We will see about that. Just let you guys know what I was thinking about and things that I have planned and how I'm feeling. I'm so glad to be back. I really do miss you guys. All of my contact information is listed in my description box below. If you guys are new here, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. You guys can leave me a comment here, but any of my social media platforms, feel free to reach out to me. If you guys need anything, don't hesitate to let me know. If you need Narcan, or if you need to be trained in how to administer Narcan, please don't hesitate to let me know. I will ship it out to you, no charge. I'm not going to charge you for shipping or anything like that. I would rather just send it to you guys if you need it, so that you have it. All right, and that is it for today. Sorry this was a long one, you guys, but I had a lot to say after 3 weeks, and I'm excited to be back. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and be nice to each other, because you never know what somebody else is going through and what they're struggling with. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.